On paper, Suicide Squad seemed like it should have been DC's golden child. It had a stellar cast that included Oscar-winner Jared Leto and rising star Margot Robbie. It was being helmed by director David Ayer, who's written great villainous leads in the past, such as Alonzo Harris in Training Day, and the trailers made it look like we were going to get everything we'd wanted from a Suicide Squad movie. But somewhere along the line, all this potential got wasted, and Suicide Squad has ended up being the biggest misfire from the DC Extended Universe so far. The Suicide Squad is based around a group of dangerous metahumans put together by Amanda Waller and led by Rick Flag. This team includes the most deadly shooter in the world, Deadshot, the Joker's girlfriend Harley Quinn, an Australian thief called Captain Boomerang, a fire conjurer called El Diablo, a human reptile called Killer Croc, and a woman with a sword capable of trapping the souls of its victims named Katana. Now, you may think that I've glazed through these character descriptions quite fast, and that doesn't really give you much of an impression as to who these characters are, and you'd be completely correct. However, unfortunately, the film rushes through all the character introductions as quickly as I've just done, with Amanda Waller presenting each of the characters in the beginning as if she were reading off the background summaries of trading cards. Even Harley Quinn, whose tragic origin in Mad Love is one of Bruce Timm and Paul Dini's strongest works, that everyone was excited to see happen in the live-action film, has her entire backstory summed up in a very brief 2-minute flashback. Although even this is more time than most characters get, with some characters just showing up out of nowhere to join a team without any explanation whatsoever. Another major letdown of the film is that unlike most interpretations of the Suicide Squad that will constantly have all the members of the group getting in the way of the mission for their own selfish motivations, this version of the team represents every member of the squad as very noble characters. Whilst the film constantly reminds us that they're the bad guys,
we're bad guys, it's what we do.
There never seems to be much to differentiate the Suicide Squad from any other superhero team. At one point there's nothing stopping some members of the squad from simply leaving, but they still stay to save the day, saying that they're a family and that they need to stick together. Not only does this sound like it belongs in the Care Bears movie, but it is also completely unjustified as the film never gives any reason why these characters share this camaraderie. The characterization is similar to the crew from the Fast and Furious films. Sure, they're criminals, but at the end of the day, we're still supposed to be rooting for them since they're still going to do the right thing. Though the film's saving grace is that it does still have some great performances. Will Smith brings back the charm and quick wit that made him a star in the films like Independence Day and Men in Black. Margot Robbie gives Harley Quinn a great live-action cinematic debut with a very unpredictable and chaotic nature that feels partly like the Joker and partly like the wife from The Honeymooners. Out of all the members of the squad, she is definitely the character that deserves her own standalone film, as her personality is one that I'd really like to see more of. Viola Davis brings a level of cold-heartedness and brutality to Amanda Waller, in a performance that is probably the most loyal to the comics of any character in the film. The film also boasts a charismatic and loudmouth performance from Jai Courtney and a surprisingly heartfelt performance from Jay Hernandez, whose fire-blasting anti-hero ends up getting the best story arc of the entire film. These performances are so good that most of the film's best moments are when the film has the characters' personalities bounce off one another, like Captain Boomerang teasing other members or Deadshot annoying El Diablo to get him to burn out a room full of enemies. The best scene in the film ends up being just when the squad stops to get some drinks in a bar and just start talking to each other. If they had more scenes like this, the whole film could have been a lot more fun. However, instead, most of the character interactions are ruined by very clunky editing, which not only creates a lot of inconsistencies in the story, but also ruins a lot of the character interactions since they end up feeling very out of place. It's also a shame that Jared Leto, one of the film's strongest cast members, doesn't even get an opportunity to interact with any of the members of the Suicide Squad other than Harley Quinn. In fact, in spite of Leto's prominent billing in the marketing, he hardly gets any screen time, appearing in the film for less than 10 minutes. He was great in the short time he got, giving the Joker young, brutal mob boss style, so I'm looking forward to seeing him in future DC films, but his talents do not get the chance to shine here. Plus, for the amount of time he was given in the film, it didn't seem worth Leto's method acting style, which included sending his co-stars pigs, rats, and used condoms. Yep, he seriously did that. Google it. Supposedly there was a lot cut from the film, including a lot more of the Joker and several cool trailer moments that didn't end up making the final cut. So just like the Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition, there is probably a better version of the Suicide Squad sitting on the cutting room floor somewhere. But sadly, the version that we got was a disappointment, and I'd only give it a 5 out of 10. The characters' personalities can be fun at times, but the action is pretty dull, the character motivations are inconsistent, and the editing is so bad that many scenes end up feeling incomplete. If you really want to see a good Suicide Squad movie, I'd advise just watching Batman Assault on Arkham. It does far better justice to the Suicide Squad characters, and it is everything that this film should have been.
I tried to warn you just to stay away, and now there